Peace and riches blessings. I am Michael B. Beckwith, the host of Take Back Your Mind. Peace and radical blessings, and welcome to the Life Question of the Week, emanating from Take Back Your Mind podcast. I am your host, Michael B. Beckwith, and I love the questions you ask. You email them to me, and my staff picks them out, and it's a beautiful thing. I love our communication. I love our community that's developing around Life Question of the Week. This is Sam. Sam is from Australia. He asked this question. My question pertains to negative, intrusive thoughts. I practice meditation and affirmations, yet sometimes I am plagued by dark and disturbing thoughts that render me feeling ashamed and often depleted in energy. These thoughts seem to come out of nowhere and are often completely unrelated to what I may be doing at the moment they arise. I consider myself to be a good person, so I find it difficult to understand why these thoughts come into my awareness. Any light you can shed on this would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Sam. This is a good question. Two things, and then some other things as well. First of all, when thoughts are intruding upon us, they come from two places generally, particularly if we're in meditation, even if we're not. Sometimes the thoughts that intrude are thoughts and emotions that have been repressed or suppressed at a certain time in our life. Perhaps there was something we did or didn't do when we were younger, and in order to move ahead with our life, we had to suppress those thoughts, or suppress the mistake we made, suppress what we said that we were kind of ashamed of, or it got repressed in order for us to survive. And then later on in life, as we become inwardly strong, oftentimes when we practice meditation or some type of spiritual technology, there's an inner strength that happens within us. And when that inner strength occurs, those thoughts can now come forward that were once suppressed or repressed because you're strong enough to handle them now. So instead of being ashamed by them or blaming yourself for anything, this is when you go into the art of forgiveness. You just forgive wherever those thoughts are coming from. You just forgive anyone involved with that thinking, yourself. You forgive. And when that happens, when there's a real forgiveness of that, you are born anew. You actually are cleaning up the filters of your perception so that you can see life more clearly and see yourself more clearly, rather than that which is hidden based on repression and suppression. Secondly, sometimes those thoughts come from the sea of mental garbage. What is that? Those are the prevailing thought forms that become contagious in society. Fear thoughts, thoughts about consumerism, thoughts about sex, thoughts about overpowering people. There's all kinds of thoughts that are in the air that sometimes can get on us. They're not even our thoughts. They're just in the air. And what people don't realize is that thoughts can be as contagious as particular diseases. People think, they can catch a flu from somebody, that's contagious, but thoughts are contagious as well. You'll notice this if you look at history, and you notice that whenever the media made a big deal out of something, all of a sudden that became very popular. Everybody began to experience it or become afraid of it. It's flu season. Everybody starts catching the flu. Planes are falling. It becomes contagious. Oh, it's dangerous to be on a plane. Whatever the case may be, things can become contagious. And so when you're aware that the thoughts that are intruding upon you are either repressed or suppressed, or they're just within the field of the human milieu, you can protect yourself through your spiritual practice. You feel a deep sense of safety, a deep sense of well-being, a deep sense of joy that's not attached to anything as a practice. And then you watch that you can be in this world, but you're not of the contagious thoughts that you'll see repeated every day on the media. As someone once posted, like about 40 different news outlets reporting on a particular issue, and every single reporter said exactly the same thing as they began to report on this thing. So you can tell they were all getting this bit of information funneled in from the same source, and then they all said it, and then that became a contagious perception. Didn't even have to be true. It was just an opinion that became a contagious perception. This is why we invite you to make sure you have time by yourself, your time in nature, to contemplate the nature of your being, to meditate, to pray, so that you become little by little unaffected by the contagious thoughts of the social milieu. Sam, I hope that helps you and everyone else listening. Peace and blessings. Hey, thank you for joining me today. If you'd like to ask a question, please email me at podcast@michaelbeckwith.com. And you know what? Your question just might be featured. Have a beautiful and bright